Chapter 6 Mousetrap. Another visit. Anybody home? The door wasn't locked, so I... Huh? Mala? Were you crying? No, I don't know. I tell you, I'm at my wit's end. What now? Your father, he treats me as if I were just a maid or his nurse. Worse. At least a maid has some days off and gets paid. He only gives me $50 a month. When I need a pair of stockings, I have to use my own savings. Well, he hasn't changed. Whenever I needed school supplies or new clothes, Mom would have to plead and argue for weeks before he'd cough up any dough. When I try to argue with him, he moans like he's going to have another heart attack. I can't be sure if he's faking, so I have to stop. I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like I'm going to burst. I'm going to get some juice. You want some? No. I'll tell you something. When we first got married, I needed clothes. It was a year and a half after Anja died. He took me to her closet and said, "All these are for you." I said, "I wouldn't touch her things." My God, how that man carried on. I swear, sometimes I think he married me because I'm the same size as Anja. He's always been, pragmatic. Pragmatic? Cheap! It causes him physical pain to part with even a nickel. Uh-huh. I used to think the war made him that way. Pah! I went through the camps. All our friends went through the camps. Nobody is like him. It's something that worries me about the book I'm doing about him. In some ways, he's just like the racist caricature of the miserly old Jew. Ha! How can you say... Ha! You can say that again. I mean, I'm just trying to portray my father accurately. Even for himself, he won't spend any money. He has hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, and he lives like a pauper. Look, he grabs paper towels from restrooms so he won't have to buy napkins or tissues. I wish I got Mom's story while she was still alive. She was more sensitive. It would give the book some balance. Your mother. I just don't know how she could stand living with him. I don't know how I can stand it. So, hi, kids. I didn't know you were upstairs here. I was watering downstairs the garden. Mala and I were just talking about my book. I've already started to sketch out some parts. I'll show you. See, here are the black market Jews they hanged in Sosnowiec. Ach. And here's you saying, "Ach, when I think of them, it still makes me cry." Yes, it makes me cry. It's an important book. People who don't usually read such stories will be interested. Yes, I don't ever read such comics, and even I am interested. Of course you are interested. It is your story. Yes, I know already my story by heart, and even I am interested. It should be very successful. Yeah. Someday you'll be famous, like what's his name? Huh? Famous like what's his name? You know, the big shot cartoonist. What cartoonist? Could you possibly know? Walt Disney? Yeah, Walt Disney! Wait, where do you go, Artie? To get a pencil. I've just got to write this conversation down before I forget it. Come, we'll all of us go to the garden. You'll see how nice it looks, the bushes. You go. I've got to get ready. I have an appointment at the hairdresser's. Again? To the hairdresser? Only a week ago you went. She sees more often the hairdresser than she sees me. You see it, how it is? Anytime I want to go out for a few minutes, he tries to make me feel guilty. I'm supposed to be at his constant beck and call. Well, I said that's so terrible. Believe me, you'd have more fresh air from the garden than from 100 hairdressers. Oh, Vladek, stop it. You see how she is? What have I to do with her? Come on, Pop. Let's go sit in the garden. If I say only one word to her, she makes right away an argument. She says she wants to leave me. I tell her so. Here is the door. But remember, it's only one way. If you go out, you can't come back. Maybe you should both see a marriage counselor. I don't want that a stranger should mix into our private stories. To a lawyer I talked years ago, and right away he warned me, Vladek, watch out. I see that this woman is money conscious. And once Mala and I sat with Aunt Helen to help agree us for a new will, but a month after Mala wanted again to change it. Don't see a therapist about your will. Talk about how to get along better. With Mala, it's not to get along, only it's the money. I give up. I don't know what to say. You see, I also don't know what to say. Look, I can't stay long. I need to know more about you and Anja. It's chilly. Take also here a blanket. No thanks. What happened in 1944 after you left Strodula? We sneaked towards Snosnjoviak. It was still dark outside. We didn't know where to hide ourselves. Yania lives over there. Richu's governess always offered she would help us. We came to her house, near town. Open up, Yanina! Quick! Who's there? My God, it's the Spiegelmans! You'll bring trouble. Go away! Quickly! Slam. I'm frightened, Vladek. Maybe we should try my father's old house. The janitor has known our family for years. Let's try. We've got to get off these streets before dawn. I was a little safe. I had a coat and boots, so like Gestapo wore when he was not in service. But Anja, her appearance, you could see more easily she was Jewish. I was afraid for her. Wake up, Mr. Lukowski. Let us in, please. Huh? Who is it? Anja Zagelberg. What are you doing here, child? It isn't safe. Wait, I'll unlock the gate. Go through the courtyard and get to the shed in the back. I'll get you some food. Thank God there are still some kind people left. I thought, a Jewess! There's a Jewess in the courtyard! Police! An old witch recognized Anja from her window. Hurry! We ran fast to the shed and hid in the straw. It's okay for now. I don't think anyone hurt her. She's a little senile anyway. But you must look for a better place to stay. Someone here is bound to recognize you. It's almost morning. Wait here. I'm going to scout around. But be careful. I walked, but I didn't know where to go. And I heard soon it was somebody following behind me. Click, click. I walked slow. Behind me also walked slow. Click, click. If I walked fast, behind me also walked fast. Click. We were alone, he spoke. Amcha. In Hebrew, he said to me, our nation. Had I answered him or no? Amcha? I thought you were a Jew. I'm Jewish too. There are very few of us left. My wife and I have been hiding in Snosnjoviak for over a year. I'm with my wife too. We're hungry and need a place to hide. Go to the black market on Decatur Street, number 8. So I left him and went right away to Decatur 8. There was a big courtyard. All around I looked, but there was nobody. Psst! Want to buy some food without coupons, mister? Want to buy some food without coupons, mister? She showed me sausages, eggs, cheese, things I only was able to dream about. I bought and went back to Anja. Good morning. Vladek, you were gone so long. I had to get breakfast. Want some sausages or eggs, or would you prefer chocolate? What? You It's a miracle. How did you manage it? I'm a magician. I have some milk. Have some milk. I went again back to Dekerta. There I could change jewelry for marks, and marks for food or a place to stay. This time it was more people. There even I saw some Jewish boys I knew from before the war. Vladek Spiegelman, I hardly recognized you, so you're still alive, eh? Leo. Yes, I'm with Anja. We need a hiding place. How about Mrs. Kakwa? Kauka. How about Mrs. Kauka? She had a small farm on the outskirts of town. She might take you in if you can pay. It was not so far to go to Kauka's farm. All right, Mr. Spiegelman, you and your wife can stay in my barn. We'll come late tonight. But remember, if you're found there, I don't know you. You must say that the barn door was open and you just sneaked in. Don't worry, we won't betray you. And so we came there to live with Kauka's cow. It's almost dawn when Mrs. Kauka comes to milk her cow. She'll bring you some coffee. Where are you going? To Dekerta. Don't leave me alone again. I'm terrified while you're gone. Don't worry, Anja. I'll be safe. If I didn't go out, we wouldn't have food. We wouldn't have this place. And we've got to find a warmer place for the winter, away from Sosnovyek if possible. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Come back quick. I traveled often with the streetcar to town. It was 2 cars. One was only Germans and officials. The second, it was only the Poles. Always I went straight in the official car. Heil Hitler! The Germans paid no attention of me. In the Polish car, they could smell if a Polish Jew came in. At the black market, I saw several times a nice woman, but I made a little friends with her. Good morning, Mrs. Spiegelman. How do you do, Mrs. Motonawa? What do you have in your basket today? How about a fresh loaf of bread? Fine, fine. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have change. It's okay. Keep it for your little boy. Are you and your wife still living in a barn? We haven't found anything better. I've been thinking about it. Why don't you both move in with my son and me? What about your husband? He works in Germany and only comes home for 10 days every 3 months. I'll keep you hidden in the cellar when he's around. It sounds good to me, but it's over 20 kilometers to your house in Sopayanis. My wife will be afraid to go. Don't worry, I'll escort you. The next evening she came with her 7-year-old boy to Kauka's farmhouse. I walked with Motonawa, as if she was my wife, and Anja, like a governess, went with the little boy behind, and nobody even looked on us. We had here a little comfortable. We had where to sit. Remember, little one, never tell anybody there are Jews here. They'll shoot us all. Yes, Aunt Anja. The little boy was very smart, and he loved very much Anja. You had to pay Mrs. Motonawa to keep you, right? Of course I paid. And well I paid. What you think, someone will risk their life for nothing? I paid also for the food what she gave us from her smuggling business. But one time I missed a few coins to the bread. I'll pay you the rest tomorrow after I go out and cash some valuables. Sorry, I wasn't able to find any bread today. Always she got bread, so I didn't believe. But still, she was a very good woman. She was a good woman. In his school, the boy was very bad in German, so Anja tutored him. Ich bin, du bist, ist. She knew German like an expert. And soon he came out with very good grades. My teacher asked me how I improved so much. So I told him my mother was helping me. Whew! He was a very clever boy. But it was a few things here not so good. Her home was very small, and it was on the ground floor. Be sure to keep away from the window. You might be seen. Knock, knock. 1 minute. Quick, get in the closet. If somebody came, we had fast to hide. A letter from your husband, Mrs. Motonawa. Thanks. But I had something allergic in the closet. Or maybe it was a cold. I can't remember. But always I had to sneeze. Still, everything here was fine, until one Saturday, Motonawa ran very early back from her black market work. This is terrible. The Gestapo just searched me. They took my goods. They may come search here any minute. You've got to leave. What? But where can we go? I don't know, but you must get out now. Oh my God, this is the end. Anja started to cry, but we had not a choice. We'll walk towards Sosnowiec. At least we'll know our way around. Anja was so afraid she was shaking. Stay calm, as if we were just strolling, and speak German. For hours we walked. Be bezoekend weer toch, Frau Kauka. Good idea. Vladek, we're being followed. Relax. But if they turned a corner, they also turned. Es ist kalt. Ja, ja. Of course, I was right. They didn't mean anything on us. Whoosh. They were just walking. Staying on the street all night, it is too dangerous. Maybe we can hide in that construction site. Good, I'm exhausted. Here was a foundation made very deep down in the ground. Be careful. I jumped first in, and I pulled over bricks for Anja to step down. And here we waited a cold few hours for the day. It started to be light. Come, we won't be noticed if we mix with people out in the street. I'm so tired and cold. We can rest now. We came finally again to this place with the cow and went inside. Later, Kauka came in. Who's in here? The Spiegelmans. We had nowhere else to go. Well, I guess you can stay, but remember, I don't know you're here. Why, Mrs. Spiegelman, you're shivering. You can come into my house for an hour or so till you warm up. She took Anja inside and brought to me some food. In those days I was so strong, I could sit even in the snow all night. Things can't be this bad everywhere. I'd give anything to get out of Poland. You know, before I took you in, I had a young man and his son here. Two people I know smuggled them into Hungary. I heard he and his boy were doing well there. Hungary? Really? I'd like to meet those smugglers. She told me these two acquaintances visited often to her on Thursday evenings. Today was maybe a Monday. I don't get it. Wasn't Hungary as dangerous as Poland? No. For a longer time, it was better there in Hungary for the Jews. But then, near the very finish of the war, they all got put also to Auschwitz. I was there and I saw it. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of Jews from Hungary. So many it wasn't even room enough to bury them all in the ovens. But at that time, when I was there with the Kaukwa, we couldn't know then. So I went the next day to Dikerte Street to buy food. Oh God, Mr. Spiegelman, you're alive. I'm so glad to see you. Mrs. Motonawa? I wanted to find a new connection to hide us, but really I didn't think again to find again her. Praise Mary, you're safe. I couldn't sleep. I felt so guilty about chasing you and your wife out. The Gestapo never even came to my house. I just panicked for nothing. Please come back again. Anja was glad of going back, and Mrs. Motonawa also. Always I paid her nicely. And that same night, we said goodbye to Kauka and went again to Sopayanis. After we were back only a short time, well, my husband writes that he's coming home for his 10-day vacation. If he knew you were here, he'd throw us all out. But don't worry, you'll be all right in my cellar. I set up a mattress. I'll come down whenever I can. So each day and night, we sat in such a storage locker. In the days, we were afraid to breathe. People came down often to their lockers. At night, we could move around a little, but it was something else down there. Aye! What is it? There are rats down here. Shh, calm down. Stop screaming. Those aren't rats. They're very small. One ran over my hand before. They're just mice. Of course, it was really rats, but I wanted Anja to feel more easy. But then, Motonawa stopped to come down. It's been 3 days since she's brought us any food. Here, have another candy. I had still candies I organized on the Kerta. Only this we had to eat. Also here, we had no place where to wash, so Anja got on all her skin a terrible rash. I don't know what's worse, the hunger or the itching. Don't scratch, it's only shh, click, the door. I'm sorry I couldn't get down before. My husband is getting suspicious. He asked why I go to the cellar so often. He even asked if I was hiding Jews here. He was joking, but still. Are you all right here? There are rats, giant rats. They're horrible. Well, you are better off with the rats than with the Gestapo. At least the rats won't kill you. She was right. We were happy even to have these conditions. After the 10 days, her husband left and she took us back. It's good to be home, Vledek? It's a lot nicer than that cellar. But I didn't feel safe here. There was too many ways somebody could find us out. I wanted to go better to Hungary. So when it came Thursday, I went in the direction to take a streetcar to see Kauka and Snesnjovak. Look! I had to pass where some children were playing. A Jew! A Jew! They ran screaming home. Help, Mommy! A Jew! A Jew! Quick, the mothers came outside to see what it was. The mothers always told, so be careful. A Jew will catch you to a bag and eat you. So they taught their children. I approached over to them. Heil Hitler! If I ran away, they would see. Yes, it is a Jew here. Don't be afraid, little ones. I am not a Jew. I won't hurt you. Sorry, mister. You know how kids are. Heil Hitler! So I came out well from this. But the experience cost me really a lot of hairs. When I arrived to Kauka, the 2 smugglers were there together, sitting in the kitchen. Please wait in the other room. They'll see you soon. Mr. Mandelbaum, Vladek Spiegelman. Mandelbaum, before the war, owned a sweets shop. Anja and I bought always pastries there. He used to be a very rich man in Sosnowiec. This is my wife, and you know my nephew? Hello, Abraham. Hello, Abraham. What are you all doing here? Back when it was the ghetto, Abraham was a big member of the Jewish Council. We're trying to get out of Poland. To Hungary. Yes, Anja and I are trying to arrange that too. The smugglers proposed us how they would do. And at the border, our partners will take you through the mountains. Whew, it's risky and very expensive. We spoke Yiddish, so the Poles don't understand. Nein, was denkst du? So what do you think? Je kende Frau Kauka, aber ich bin nicht sicher wegen deizwai. I know Mrs. Kauka, but I'm not sure about these two. Hermekse jak ge godam mitzi, als alles vet sein besser jak will schreiben se dir. Listen, I'll go first. If everything is okay, I'll write back to you. The others want to think about it a little longer, but I'm ready to go now. Fine. I agreed with Mendelbaum to meet again here. If it came a good letter, we'll go. But if I ever talked of this plan to Anja, no, Vladek, you're crazy. It's too dangerous. But if we hear from Abraham, we're safe here. Forget about Hungary. But what do we do if the Gestapo comes to search for illegal goods? What if a neighbor notices us through the kitchen window? I'm not going. What if her husband finds out about us? Even the boy could let something slip. This war could last another 5 years. What do we do when our money runs out? Please. In Hungary, we could be free to walk the streets again, like human beings. I've always taken care of you. Trust me. I'm so scared. Don't do it, Mr. Spiegelman. It's just not safe. You don't know anything about these smugglers. It's like talking to a wall. We won't go unless we hear that our friend got through. I've had awful nightmares about your trip. Please stay with me. Wait, where are you going? To visit my cousin and see where he's hiding. If we do go to Hungary, he may be better off here with you. Milak helped me in Strodula. Maybe now, if needed, I could help him. The janitor in the house Milak owned, she had now him and his family. But oh boy, he was in a situation worse than I could imagine. I went to the janitor by trolley. Hello, I'm Milak's cousin, Vladek. Yes, he told me you might come. I have some company upstairs. I can't take you to Milak until they leave. Gentlemen, this is my cousin Vladek. Hi, cuz, have a drink. So we talked and they believed I am her cousin. We're almost out of vodka. Bring me some more, Mieka. There isn't any. Bah, she's hiding her vodka. She's just like she's hiding Jews in her yard. The janitor and I froze our blood from fear. You don't put another bottle on the table right away. We'll tell the Gestapo about the Jews you're keeping. Relax, fellows. Here's a few marks, Menka. Run downstairs and get another bottle for our friends. Ah, the boy. Ick. In 15 minutes, she was with a bottle and they were happy. You see, your cousin knows how to entertain guests. To your health. We drank and we drank. Only near midnight, finally they went home. I think it's safe to go down. Are you carrying food for Milak? I fed them earlier. This is just the trash. The conditions, how Milok was living, you can't believe. I always bring garbage so the neighbors don't get suspicious. Psst! Milok, your cousin is here. In each courtyard there was a very deep hole to throw in all the garbage. Inside the garbage hole, here separated a tiny space, maybe only 5 feet by 6 feet. Vladek, I'm glad you're still alive. My God! I looked down only for a second, but in there was living Milak, his wife and their 3-year-old boy. How can you live there? You must be freezing. We have no choice. At least our bunker is underground. And the decomposing garbage gives some heat. But people know you're there. I told him my story with these Poles upstairs. What can we do? Listen, Anja and I may be going to Hungary. I explained our hiding place was not perfect, but better than his. I'll come again when I have more news, but it's very late now. I must get back home. And I was lucky. Nobody made me any questions going back to Snopsian's niece. A few days after, I came again to the smugglers, and Mandelbaum was also there. Look, Vladek, my nephew is safe. They brought me a letter from him. It was in Yiddish, and it was signed by Abraham, so we agreed right away to go ahead. But Anja just didn't want we would go. Please, Vladek, call it off. But it's all arranged. I've even given them half their money. No, it's some kind of trick. Be reasonable. I saw Abraham's letter with my own eyes. What did it say? Dear aunt and uncle, everything is wonderful here. I arrived safely. I am free and happy. Don't lose a minute. Join me as soon as you can. Your loving nephew, Abraham. I don't know. We leave the day after tomorrow from Katowice train station. And finally I convinced her. So I went one more time over to Milak in his garbage bunker and directed him now he must go to hide, Sopainis and hide. And you know, Milak and his wife and boy, they all survived themselves the whole war, sitting there with Montanawa. But for Anja and I, it was for us waiting another destiny. We came with no problem by trolley car to our meeting point with the Mandelbaums and the smugglers. Everything is arranged. Here are your tickets. You have the rest of our payment? Yes, of course. Here. Well, where is your partner going? He's phoning ahead to the men who will meet you at the border. He'll join us on the train. Don't worry. But of course, we did worry. So, all of us together started on our journey. We traveled less than an hour till we came to Bielsko-Biala. Here I used to have my factory, and here the smugglers disappeared. It was a big commotion. Gestapo came on every side. Juden raus! In Katowice, it was only them the smuggler phoned. They are here! They marched us through the city of Bielsko. We passed by the factory what once I owned. We passed the market where always we bought to eat. And we passed even the street where we used to live. And we came till the prison, and there they put us. I had a small bag to travel. When they registered me in, they looked over everything. What's this, shoe polish? Yes, I like to keep myself neat. With a spoon, he took it all out, little by little, all the polish. Well, a gold watch. You Jews always have gold. Wrapped in foil, I kept it hidden there. It was my last treasure. It was this watch I got from my father-in-law when first I married to Anja. Well, never mind. They took it and they threw me with Mandelbaum into a cell. Wait a minute. Whatever happened to Abraham? Who? Mandelbaum's nephew. Yes. He finished the same as us, to a concentration camp. But, yes, I'll tell you how it was with him. But now I'm telling here in the prison. Here we got very little to eat, maybe soup one time a day, and we sat with nothing to do. Why don't they put us to work like the rest of you? It means you won't be here very long. Every week or so, a truck takes some of the prisoners away. Excuse me, do any of you know German? My family just sent me a food parcel. If I write back, they'll send another. But we're only allowed to write German. I knew well how to write German, so I wrote. In a short time, he got again a package. You did a great job. Take anything you want for you and your friend. It was eggs there. It was even chocolates. It was very lucky to get such goodies. I was very lucky to get such goodies. A few days later, the trucks came. They pushed in maybe 100 of us. One more time I was together with Anja. Here, darling, I have a present for you. Eggs? Cake? What? How? I had still things I got by writing this letter. No, you keep it. I'm not hungry. Here, at least take half for later. We came to the town of Auschwitz. Before the war, I sold textiles here. We came here to the concentration camp Auschwitz, and we knew that from here we will not come out anymore. We knew the stories, that they will gas us and throw us in the ovens. This was 1944. We knew everything, and here we were. My God. Yes, so it was. And when they opened the truck, they pushed men one way, women the other way. Anja and I went each in a different direction, and we couldn't know if ever we'll see each other alive again. This is where Mom's diaries will be especially useful. They'll give me some idea of what she went through while you were apart. I can tell you, she went through the same with me. Terrible. It's getting cold. Why don't we go upstairs and see if we can find her notebooks? No, I looked already. It's just not to find anymore. Well, let's check out the garage. You've got loads of stuff in there. No, you'll not find it, because I remind to myself what happened. These notebooks and other really nice things of mother. One time I had very bad day, and all of these things I destroyed. You what? After Anja died, I had to make order with everything. These papers had too many memories, so I burned them. You burned them? Christ. You saved tons of worthless shit, and you... Yes, it's a shame. For years they were laying there and nobody even looked in. Did you read any of them? Can you remember what she wrote? No, I looked in, but I don't remember. Only I know that she said, I wish my son, when he grows up, he will be interested by this. God damn you! You murderer! How the hell could you do such a thing? To your father, you can tell in this way? Even to your friends, you should never yell in this way. But I'm telling you, after the tragedy with Mother, I was so depressed then. I didn't know if I'm coming or I'm going. I'm sorry. Look, Pop, it's getting late. I better get home. Come first upstairs for a little coffee. No, really. I'd better get going right away. So telephone to me. You should visit here more often. Don't be such a stranger. Sure, you bet. So long. Murderer.